Join us as Carl Peverall explains the muse behind Lucky, the Fabulous Arch.
Keep repeating ourselves with the stringing of the stones. We wanted to, particularly Ethan was really pushing, that youthful energy. Like, Dad, like most artists, like painters particularly, when they work along a certain area for a long time, and they're always trying to push themselves to be looser and freer and more spontaneous. And so I know that from my own painting, is like that's what you have to work against, is getting more controlled and more precious. And we're trying to work in the other direction. We're trying to get more painterly with stone. And now we're like, we're going to just put, we're going to really go for it on this. Yep.
Get off the flower.
Which one was I stepping on? Oh, thank you. See the kind of relationship we had. He does not miss a thing. So that was the intent behind this. It's called Lucky. One thing, obviously, it's kind of a horseshoe shape. That's a pretty cliche thing about a lucky object. But it was like, again, it's kind of beginner's luck thing. Nature leading you on, your deities, whatever, are leading you on this idea that you've got to try to break out of something that you've already repeated yourself on. And it just seemed like every stone that we chose had to have very little alteration to fit on the one before it. It just like boom, boom. Then we had to build. We started here, then we built up here, then we had to join the two, and there was a pretty good bit of sophistication of carving to make this joint here, and then to figure out how it was all going to bolt together in a safe way. So that was the most challenging part at the very end, to actually pull it all off that final stage. Some people say after you're 95% done, you're actually only 20% done, because that last 5% is the thing, that often gets in the way from actually completing something. But anyway, it worked together, so to go along with this theme of lucky, the week after we installed it, they had that amazing hailstone storm here. Was anybody here when that happened?
Mm-hmm. We had 2 inches in 3 hours and like 3 or 4 showers of hail. Unbelievable.
And so the next morning, Mary Palmer posted me a picture after the hailstorm of this beautiful rainbow that formed right over there, like over the top of the restaurant, right in the sky over there, and she shot it through here. And so this Lucky now has an actual rainbow that appeared right through this arc.
Oh, wow! Cool. It looked like it came out of our parking court right here at the bucket of gold, and went on up to the sky. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was quite astounding, really. So feel free to walk through there for free, and
this almost looks like
pick up on that.
like a dog face.
It does, doesn't it? But I always thought of it a little bit like a dolphin kind of a thing, like a diving down into it.
You want to make sure you all realize how heavy these are. When Carl was bringing it, he said, well, this is about 3,000 pounds. I said, you can pull that in your car. I mean, it's a trailer. He puts one piece in the back of the truck and then the rest of the pieces on the trailer. And so he gets there, they just look like pebbles. What is the big deal with this? And then magically they're strung into an arch or trained into this fantastic sculpture. So the act of creation and watching Ethan and Carl work together, to me, is one of the most, I don't know, it's the most gracious and wonderful thing I've ever watched. Thank you.
It is interesting when you see the trailer come up here with all of these sculptures on it, and they're all just spread out flat. And I would just imagine someone coming to me and says, okay, make 10 sculptures out of that. Well, you would never, be able to do it. I mean, of course, we had hundreds of stones to choose from, and then we chose those. But to get without ever having to see the sculpture and trying to put it together would be, I don't know what you'd come up with. So we got just 2 more in the backyard. How should we get there?
Let's just go through the house.
Going to go through the
More of Carl Peverall's sculptures unfold on the Garden Talk.